And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Solar Expanse as NASA Fission all the way. We have our first Prometheus. Technically it hasn't launched yet. It's in Earth orbit waiting for the launch window. But it's to transit out to Mars. It'll arrive in 2027, July 28th. At Mars. In the meantime, we have a second Prometheus under construction. It's not going to make the launch window, although its main job right now is actually going to be dragging more hydrogen out to refuel the first one, so we can get both of them back. We'll probably get a third one under construction in the meantime. At Luna, I forgot how much hydrogen, or how much fuel I needed for the Stratos to get back to Earth orbit with the crew modules, which is what it's going to come back with. 118. So right now we're waiting either until I have 118 fuel on the moon, or until the next Prometheus is built. Or I suppose until the next launch is ready from Earth. Next Eagle launch is ready. So July is my current Eagle launch. I suppose I can actually plan the next one. What do I want shipped up there? More hydrogen? Yeah, for the moment, let's just ship up more hydrogen. Another load of hydrogen should be enough to... Well, actually, I think... Another 2 loads of hydrogen should be enough for the Prometheus to be doing a full carried load out to Mars orbit. So yeah, mission plan, Earth orbit. Orbital payload container, add resources. Fuel, but not that fuel, this fuel, the good old hydrogen fuel, on the Eagle to orbit. And then we let time pass. Prometheus is constructed. So if I have enough stuff in Earth orbit to build another one, I could technically build another one. I don't think I currently have the stuff. Yeah, I'm out of alloys, so I'd have to ship 100 more alloys up, and I'd have to ship up 30 more rare earth metals. I can do that on the next Eagle launch, which I think is probably what we'll end up planning on doing. Okay, so I can start doing that planning. Let's actually plan for another 2 Prometheuses to be built. So another 200 alloys, another 50 radioactives, and 60 rare earth metals. Got the rare earth metals, I need to buy the alloy and the radioactives. So buy 200 of you, and 100 of you. Writing the next Eagle up. And Mars 2 is outbound as well. See, beginning its transit. And Luna is still waiting on more fuel, although it is making it. Is anything else I want being built on Luna while I'm waiting? I'm waiting for 300 alloys to build up the glass maker. I suppose I could pre-build the next housing area. Yeah, I could pre-build the next housing area. That wouldn't be too terrible. Let's do that then. And then I think I have enough people to work it. More than enough people to work it. Let's start on the next farm as well. And then I suppose at that point, I've got 300 metal sitting around. I could build another alloy smelter. That'd make the metal production slower, but it would get us alloys faster. The glass kiln faster, sure. Oh, I suppose I probably should have actually done hydrogen on that launch from Earth orbit. Let's get the next. Eagle launch planned. Add resources. Oh, need to remember this needs to be hydrogen. Hydrogen up on the Eagle. And then I've got enough in orbit. Craft. Prometheus. Let's get this Prometheus ready to drag hydrogen to Mars orbit. Optimal burn. Oh, I don't quite have optimal fuel if I wanted to have it go full. And we're seeing the pain. To be fair, this is saying leftover 89. That's not quite right because we got 800 in the cargo hold, so it's actually 889. What I can check, well, let's actually check because I can do this pretty easy. Drop hydrogen off. How much is the minimum? Minimum is 46. So yeah, if I bring the 800 to the cargo hold, that'll be plenty. Sure, let's do that. Oh, yeah, 800 in the cargo hold. The optimal transfer is in fact 1,000, so we're fine with that. I could even put less in the fuel tank, and we'd still be there at 800, and it's like 50 to come back. Okay. And we're going to be flying back empty, so that should work. Or I could run more in the fuel tank, which gets us another 89 there. Yeah, let's just we'll go with whatever we've got in orbit right now, and then we'll be working on getting more and more out there. That's our next hydrogen launch. I suppose in theory I could actually cancel the launch and get a few more tons of hydrogen on the list, but I think we're fine. Okay, our Eagle has launched. I actually need more hydrogen. Can I buy that on the market? Yeah. Okay. Get the next planned launch Earth to Earth orbit. Get me another 800 tons of hydrogen to orbit. And then get on the moon. We're waiting to get this up to 118 fuel. And then metal-wise, on the moon, I want to swap over to starting to make hydrogen. Our guys have arrived at Mars. Preparation for human landing on Mars. Resource acquisition complete. Now it is time to prepare a surface base for our astronaut. Construct fuel refinery on Mars. Construct outpost on Mars. Establish 1 energy worth of energy production on Mars. Okay. And it was not nice enough to leave my fuel in orbit. Oh, what I left in the fuel tank is in orbit. Whereas the rest got dumped to the planet. Okay. I can work with that going forward. And then you're coming to orbit, so your hydrogen's going to be... The 800 tons of hydrogen I have you carrying will end up in orbit. Okay. Let's get the building. It's building a fuel refinery and a habitat. An outpost. Build the outpost. Build the fuel refinery, because we've got those. And then I brought a little bit extra metal, so that's fine. Down the line, we'll be wanting to do research laboratories, so I'm going to have to get more alloy here. And some electronics here. Oh, and I have everything I need for the solar array, so let's get the solar array going too. When those 3 are done, this contract should finish. In the meantime, the Mars Prometheus should be returning to Earth orbit. I think it has enough fuel. It's not coming back with anything, so it's just got to fly empty. Optimal. Use your minimum fuel. 47 tons flying on optimal. January versus June. Yeah, we'll accept it coming in June with minimum fuel. I'm thinking I might try to start making some hydrogen production on the moon. I've got 16 more energy worth of power here, so I'm not too worried about using some. Oh no, I'm consuming 16. I've got 21 worth of production. Either way, still not worried about consuming some. I want to make sure that I have enough on hand to do glass, which is 2. That gives me about 3 more than I can spend. So yeah, we'll start on hydrogen production, which is electrolysis plant. Get 1 electrolysis plant going. Much more than that, and I'm going to get caught in... Well, I hadn't counted for the fact I got the LA going. Actually, no, count's not for the moment. I need more power up here, which is going to either mean I need to bring more glass in or I need to hold off until I get the glass kiln. Even that's going to be 500 days. That's 2 years after I get the glass kiln done to build the solar power. And to be fair, that's still... That's down. That's not as much. This is 200 to go, and... So... 500 days... if it was 2, but it's actually going to be 3 for everything after 50. I'm not going to do that mental math. That mental math's above me. But yeah, that'll get done eventually. Okay, so we're going to hold off a little bit here. I do have enough, I think, for the Stratos to do the return trip from Luna to Earth orbit with our empty crew modules. Yeah, just enough. And then Earth orbit has plenty of fuel. So I could technically bring more crew to Mars. I could even technically launch, and that's probably what I should do. I should just launch more glass. Buy more glass and launch more glass. I can get more power going. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then what else do I need for the aluminum or the alloys, which I already have there because I'm making them locally? Cool. That'll give me more power, and then I can do electrolysis using local power. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so next Eagle launch, I want 100 tons of glass to orbit, ship out to the moon. Otherwise, I'm just going to be shipping more hydrogen to orbit, I suppose. So let's keep the orbital shipments going. Need my hydrogen to orbit. Molten fission systems. No, that's the fission power plant improvement. I was about to go, is that going to give me more fuel efficiency? Should I wait for the next Prometheus transfer for that? The answer is no. Do I want to get a second probe in orbit? Or head out to the Martian system? Go with 2 probes into mobile habitats. I think I'm going to say yes. And probably be some carbon. I probably want to bring up like 200, 300 carbon. Okay, so first off, build me another probe. Oh, and give me a couple more mining modules. Get a mining module at both Phobos and Deimos. You will even give their own construction equipments as well. And then I'll buy 200 tons of carbon. There's only 100 on the market right now. We'll buy 100 for the moment. We'll unpause. More get put on the market. I can then buy more off the market. And then when I get my next Eagle launch, I get the carbon, and hopefully that'll be constructed by then. I suppose, can I reorder this? Yeah, let's reorder it because it builds a little bit quicker that way. Build the construction equipment, so we can build construction equipment. Outpost complete on Mars. Wood. We got a ship outbound, we got a ship inbound. I got two outbound. The 2 outbound? No, one inbound, one outbound to Mars. Got one built, one being built. I'm building the stuff that I want to load on the next one, because we'll do some Phobos demo stuff with the third one here. Okay, Eagle is back, but my load for it isn't ready yet. Molten fission system complete. We are 3 years, 3 months, and 2 days out from liquid core, which I believe is my next thrust efficiency, thrust boost, exhaust velocity boost, basically fuel efficiency. Put this way. Okay, my stuff is built, so I can go plan the Eagle launch. Earth to Earth orbit. Orbital payload container. Add modules, but not the human ones. I don't know what the humans up yet. Here we go. So that, and 200 tons of carbon. And more hydrogen. Oh, and I was going to do glass. I left the glass off the transit list, didn't I? Oh no, that's in orbit waiting for me to ship the Stratos. Stratos, please pick up my glass and drop it off at the moon. Stratos, add resources. No, not hydrogen. Glass, 100 tons. The moon makes its own fuel, so just go straight to the moon. Don't bring me along. Technically, it'll need fuel. It'll be stuck there until it gets enough fuel locally to leave. Okay, at the moon, glass has arrived. So we can start making solar arrays. And once those solar arrays are done, I'll have enough power that I can start expanding some of the other production. Put some more of these humans we've got colonizing Mars here to work. And then for the return trip on that Stratos Luna to Earth orbit, we'd just be flying empty. How much fuel do I need? 94. So it's going to be a while. Fuel refinery completed at Mars. Okay. Okay, Eagle has done its launch. What else do I want the Eagle to bring up to orbit? We're not ready. Oh, I need to get the ship back from the moon before I'm ready to do the next run out to the moon with people. Just keep shuffling hydrogen to orbit. I've got 2 more loads of hydrogen I can go up with. You know, that's just what we'll do then. And then I can do the next Prometheus transfer, or at least planet. Earth orbit to Mars. Using one of the Prometheus as an orbit. Add module, probe, add module. Whoops, I gotta go back because I don't actually want to land on Mars. I want to arrive in Mars orbit. Probe, mobile habitat, construction equipment, mining module. There we go. Bring along... yeah, bring the electronics along. And the carbon. All 200 tons of carbon. Do we bring the 50 tons of polymer along? I might as well bring the 50 tons of polymer along. I might want it. No, I'm not sure what I would want polymer for yet. But electronics, yes. Carbon, yes. Do I bring more fuel? Bring more hydrogen along. Just to dump in the destination. For the moment, I'm going to say no. We're just going to fly out with this. This will work. So, Mars orbit, bring all of this along. And yeah, I suppose I can actually go with the full kiloton of the fuel tank. So instead of filling up the cargo, this will still bring 272 surplus along, which will give us enough to happily fly around the Martian system. And then we can use the fourth one if the first one hasn't got back to Earth to bring the humans out. We get to the human step in the main contract line here. Solar array completed on first of the two solar arrays. Oh no, the third one completed on. There we go. Contract complete. Preparations for human landing on Mars 2. Preparations are complete. Power generators up and running. The shelter is fully operational. All that remains is getting our astronauts there. Important information. Humans consume supplies, live in habitats, and are the workforce for many production facilities. Resource mines and factories require humans to operate, and if there's not enough, they will work at reduced speed and potentially die as well. They are recruited on Earth or born in colonies on other planets. Left without habitats or supplies, humans will quickly die in space and on other planets. If provided with food and shelter, humans will reproduce which lets your colonies grow up themselves once they become large enough. Many planetary conditions can affect how easy it is for people to live there. The less it's like Earth, the harder it will be for colonists. And here we go, humans on Mars. And notice I said I only, as you can maybe see up here, I only get one Hermes. And I've been holding off on building the Hermes until the quest tells me to. We're going to build one Hermes. And apparently I got to deliver the stuff to orbit to build the Hermes. That's what it's telling me here. And then deliver a crew compartment with crew on board directly to Mars. I think I could do this with Prometheus. I think Prometheus could do the delivery. I've got to build the Hermes. We have noble gases being available on Earth. We might as well have the Hermes do a delivery of people. We still got to build it for this quest one way or the other. And I suppose we're going to have to wait until the next Eagle launch. So here we are waiting for the next Eagle launch. Oh, wait, check that off. Not because I haven't delivered 10, because I have some up there already, don't I? Yeah, I have 50 up there. If I hadn't shipped what I already had in orbit, we'd be closer to that objective, I suppose. Okay, Eagle is ready for launch. Or Eagle's ready for planning the next launch. Let me rephrase that. So I need alloys. I need another 100 alloys. I need electronics, another 25. I need rare metals, another 40. I think I only need 10 for the Hermes up there. We'll ship another 10 just till I have enough. I want to do another Prometheus because the Prometheus costs 50. And is there anything else I want to bring up on the launch here? More food. More food. So Earth to Earth orbit. This is in preparation for the Hermes launch, so we're going to want to bring up the noble gases as well. Add resources, the electronics. Sure, add resources. Something besides electronics game, because we just shipped electronics. Tons of rare metal. And 100 tons of alloy. And the 10 tons of radioactive fissiles. And 100 supplies. And the noble gases, how much we've got, and then fill the rest of the cargo hold up with hydrogen, because we're just going to need more and more of that in orbit. Okay, with the power done up here, I can build some hydrogen production on the Mun. I eventually want to take the radiothermal isotope generator away, but we obviously can't do that right now because I don't have enough power. And we're saving up alloys for the glass maker so I can make the power. Let's the metal we've got up there. I want to start converting our surplus water production to hydrogen and oxygen. So it's 0.09. So I can support another, what, the surplus there is 57. So in theory I could support 6 electrolysis plants. And I actually have enough metal, I could just build 6. I'd have the workers to work it as well. I think it'll be a little more conservative than that. I'll do like, how much water does a farm consume? 0.3. So yeah, I'll do like 5. That way I've got enough surplus water production I can start up another farm if I need more food. And then you need just sort of 100, so we're still waiting fuel for you to come back to bring more humans to the moon. Okay, so I just had my launched orbit for building the Hermes, yes. So, build. The Hermes requested by the quest. So, if I'm going to sort of follow through with what I was planning, in 280 days, I can plan the launch of crew to meet up with the Hermes to fly out to Mars. I apparently need more crew on Earth. My Earth crew is smaller than expected. So another 48 human crew. Get us back up to our stockpile of 200. I'll buy more supplies while we're at it. Actually, thinking about that might be something worth building on Earth. So let's build a hydroponics farm on Earth, so we're actually making food on Earth instead of consuming it. Well, I guess those Prometheus is launched on a pretty similar transit orbit. So we've got 1 on the way back, 2 on the way out. Third one hanging around in case I needed more transit stuff for quests. Rest of the electrolysis plants on Luna complete. So we're now making hydrogen on Luna, which I suppose we could then transport back to Earth orbit for fueling the Prometheuses. Oh, give me a moment. Let me try to fix while we're waiting for this to play. Get the Stellaris music going in. guess it's 2 hours or so in when I run out of when the music has to stop. I gotta restart it. Okay, I've got enough fuel on Moon, where the Stratos can leave the Moon, go back to Earth orbit, and then if I send up human colonists, we can fill up. Bring another load to Luna. Yeah, we got enough fuel there, so Earth orbit. Luna. That's actually the wrong way around. It's Luna to Earth orbit, but that works. And you're flying empty. Minimum fuel. Yeah. There you go. And then I suppose that means I should actually transport up the humans to orbit. Anything else I want launched? Let's suppose it's just hydrogen at that point, yeah. Well, I could push up another 100 tons of supplies. Let's push up another tons of supplies. Earth. To... It's not showing Earth orbit because I'm coming from Earth. Earth orbit. Load container. Add resources. Fuel, or supplies, send 100 tons. Add module. Crew compartments, and then just ship more hydrogen up there on the Eagle. Then up in Earth orbit. The Stratos is ready to take the humans to Mars, to the moon. Earth orbit to the moon. On the Stratos. Like so. I can leave... I could technically leave most of the fuel behind. We'll go... I'm not actually sure how much I need to bring with me for an immediate return trip. It just depends if I want to bring the stuff back. Crew compartments back. We'll just do a minimum flight hour. And I'll have to just wait off of the residual fuel. That should work. And then on Earth, I probably actually want to plan for sending humans to Mars. Am I just going to send 20? Oh, I suppose actually I can send more than 20 because I have the mobile habitat, right? So we've actually got U, which is 20, and U, which is 10, so I can send 30 pretty easily. The question is, do I send more? And I think the answer to that is no, because I don't have enough food to build the hab upgrade. Although I could send the motion with the food. That wouldn't be that easy. That wouldn't be that hard. But if I send them like 100, 200 food, or could just send 300 of them. Yeah, let's just send 30 of them. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's on Earth. Let's build 6 crew compartments. Reason being is that is my crew capacity on Mars at the moment. Seems like a perfectly reasonable amount to send. Send exactly how many we can fit in the habitats. So if something goes wrong and I don't run out of food or something, it's just the guys we sent there. The people that we sent there won't starve, would be the plan. More people on the moon. We're still food positive, so I don't need to get any more farms yet. And I gotta save up quite a bit of fuel to get the Stratos back to Earth orbit. Because I wanted to come back with the modules in tow. With no crew, of course. Which is 211 fuel. We are producing fuel on the Mars, or fuel on the Moon, so that'll just happen over time. Massively. That's the return. Those guys are outbound. Almost got my 300 to start up glass production. I don't know why it decided to jump me to the moon for my Hermes production on Earth, but the Hermes is now launched on Earth. Another 3 days. Okay, Eagle is ready. So in theory, I should be able to do a plan Earth to Mars. This is directly to Mars, so we're gonna do to Mars. Via the Hermes. Add modules, crew compartments. Add resources. I think I have carbon already inbound. I was going to bring along supplies, wasn't it? What was I planning to bring? I planned something and then forgot what I was going to bring. I should probably bring 100 supplies or something anyway. And drop that for the moment. I've got 240 space. Which is the max capacity for optimal transfer, so that's fine. Let's bring some carbon along and some supplies. So 140 supplies and 100 carbon. I bring the carbon along because I don't yet have the capacity necessary to get off of the Martian moons to descend onto Mars itself. So if I want to do some Martian farming, which is the plan, I will need carbon on Mars. Wait, supplies, the crew compartments, and carbon. Looks good. We'll ride up on the Eagle. This is going to tie up my launch capacity in the meantime. Well, that's probably fine. Yeah, I'll just accept I have no launch capacity until this launches. Although this is the end of next year. Oh, not enough. If I bring enough fuel along to do the optimal, I don't actually have enough thrust. If I do the fastest, I could... Although that would be leaving later. Weirdly, that would be leaving later. This is fastest in transit window, obviously. Not optimal burn. Because we leave later, but I'd actually rather leave earlier. Would rather leave earlier, that's weird as that sounds. Okay, so I should probably be able to do that and have enough to get back, which would be the plan. Although, I've got the same problem with the Prometheus. If I do this... Oh no, the surplus fuel ends up staying where the ship is. So this should be fine. But yeah, this also ties... This, again, this is going to tie up my launch capacity. It's going to tap the Eagle for a year and a half. So I should really say no, because I don't want it tied up for a year and a half. Here, this does say directly to. It doesn't say from Earth, so I could probably deliver it from anywhere. So let's actually back up a bit. Not sure how much this is going to be saved if I swap this from Earth to Earth orbit. Nothing gets saved. Okay. Let's just ship all this up to the Earth orbit and maybe regret that choice, but we'll find out in a moment. 140 tons of supplies and 100 tons of carbon. And then I'll do the usual. You want more hydrogen orbit? If I want more hydrogen orbit, I gotta buy more hydrogen. Let's buy more hydrogen. I can't buy more hydrogen. Well. Well, that's me told. Okay. Ship whatever hydrogen we have. Don't need it on Earth at the moment. And then ship fuel to orbit. Worst case scenario, I have to take these guys back down from orbit because there isn't enough food up there. So Earth orbit has enough food for 35.8 years, so they're not going to starve while they're waiting for their transit window. Now I can plan the Hermes mission. 2 marks. And that should be safe to do. Worst case scenario, I just don't bring enough fuel. Optimal transit. Can't go with everything, but I can go... with that. That gets me as much fuel as I can at the other end, with the hopes that I could bring the Hermes back under the Hermes own power, and not have to have one of the Prometheuses be nice enough to drop it some more noble gases. Okay. That flight's planned. In 1 year and just under 8 months, we'll have liquid core. And 300 tons of alloy on the moon. Start building ourselves a glass kiln. I've got a whole lot more silicon up here than I do titanium, or not than iron. So we're gonna definitely make a lot more glass and such on the moon than we are going to metal and alloy. But transit's being going. What was those notifications about Earth? Spacecraft, Earth orbit arrived at Mars. My stuff has arrived. Oh, jolly good. Most of it should be... So we've got plenty of fuel in orbit, so I can do my transits around pretty easily. Okay. So, Mars orbit to Phobos orbit, one of the Promethei, add a probe, add a mobile habitat, add a construction module, add a mining module. And you're going out there. It only costs 56 tons with the with all everything's carrying and the massive extra surplus fuel tank. I don't think you need to bring 1 kiloton of fuel, so leave some fuel behind. Which of course means you need less fuel, so leave more fuel behind. Which means you need less fuel. I think that's a high enough safety margin. I'm not going to futz with it too much. 65 tons of fuel to go to Phobos orbit. You're going to drop stuff, and then we're going to have you fly back to Mars. Sounds like a plan. And then, once again, Mars orbit to Deimos orbit. The other Prometheus. Add the modules. Again, minimize the fuel use. 64, 65-ish is probably fine. Phobos and Deimos have their plated ships there. Phobos over to Phobos. Orbital payload container. Add the 101 tons of modules to drop. You're good. And then Prometheus to Mars. Orbit. If you take all the fuel with you, you arrive with 45 tons of fuel. I'm actually going to leave the surplus fuel here in orbit of the moon we're leaving, just so we got a little bit of fuel there in case we're doing stuff later on with Prometheus. You can take the minimum fuel to get to Mars orbit. You do the same over in Deimos. Drop the modules. And the Prometheus turn to Mars. Again, you leave your surplus fuel at planetary or the moon, and then when they get here, we'll order them to fly to Earth, leaving as much fuel behind as they can. Oh, and the carbon should be dropped before I forget. Carbon to Mars. And the Promethei to Earth. Orbit. Both ships flying empty. Optimal trajectory. Only, collectively between them, only needing 97 tons of fuel. Leave the rest here in Mars orbit. Okay, so on Mars, I've got the carbon, we've got the water. So now, if I build the hydroponics facility, we'll have food production. We got people inbound to do food production, so that's good. Out on the moon, we're waiting for 120 fuel before the food compartments can be brought back. Let's accelerate the speed. We're now making our own glass on the moon. Is that exactly? I'm exactly consuming the amount of silicon as we're consuming, or as we're producing. Okay. I'll need to build more silicon mines then. In fact, thinking about that, that means I need more silicon mines. Build me another silicon mine. Because when we get the 300 alloys, I'm going to want to build another glass maker. Well, actually, I'm gonna... How much... If I bring the hydrogen from Luna to Earth orbit, how much additional fuel do I need on the Stratos? I know it's not optimal for the fuel we've got. 329. You know what? I'll have to wait until I have 329. I don't need more crew at the moon anytime soon. And I would like that hydrogen in Earth orbit. If anything, I should probably be making more fuel, but based on that logic. Should probably be making more fuel. Although, if I'm going to be making more fuel, I need more glass. So, split time in advance. We're waiting for stuff to arrive. At Mars. It is outbound. We got our research complete. Next up is gas core. We just finished up liquid core. So the next batch of Prometheuses should be even, for transiting out to Mars, should be even more fuel efficient. Do have a good dummy load in orbit. I don't have a good dummy load, but I can do the math. With what we got. We won't send this because this will be a terrible thing to send. Prometheus. If you were to say load up with a full thing of fuel, we don't want to actually take this to Mars, but we go for the optimal window instead of the fastest. We go for the optimal. I arrive with 538 tons of hydrogen. Whereas previously we would have probably arrived with basically nothing. Much better. Much better. Doubling your fuel efficiency feels great. So now I can more willingly take large quantities of stuff to Mars. We still can't take anything away from Mars, because we can't get off of Mars. But we can take stuff to Mars a little bit more willingly here. Let's get time advancing. I think I want to play this episode out until we get our humans on Mars. In the meantime, we're mostly going to be microing the moon here to build solar panels and glass production. So there's a solar panel going up to provide us more power. Because the long-term goal here is probably to send the radioisotope generator on. And don't really need it on the Mun anymore. Which means I need to make enough power on the moon that I can take the radioisotope generator away and not have everything turn off. Yeah, I think we're just going to play for this part until we get to Mars, which is now. Humans on Mars! We've just got a humans on Mars. Complete the contract, humans on Mars. Humans on Mars, we've done it. We are the first people in history to establish a base on Mars. Today will impact the entire future of humankind. It has unlocked the later start date. I'm not sure if the later start date is implemented yet. I may check between this stream and next stream, but I'm not going to check right now. This unlocks the contract, life on Mars, Martian industry, beyond Mars, and probing Lutetia, and Phobos carbon. Okay, we'll see which one of those actually pop up. Bit loud of a game effect there. Life on Mars. Construct a water ice extractor. Construct a hydroponics farm. Those seem like reasonable things to do. Martian industry. Alloy smelter to turn metal into alloys. Probing Lutetia. Activate the asteroid layer. Yeah. I suppose I can activate the carbon comets layer as well. Do that as well. And the Phobos carbon. Deliver mining thing to Phobos. Plan cycle emissions from Phobos to Mars, taking carbon, lasting 3 cycles. I don't think I have a ship in orbit that can do that right now. Doesn't necessarily imply this is a prerequisite for any other quest. I need to get another Prometheus out to Mars to do that. Shouldn't be too hard, but I need to send a Prometheus out. Okay, so as I said, this is actually a good place to put a part break in. We're 1 hour and a bit into this episode, so it is a good place for a part break. If you're watching on YouTube, we are going to record one more part tonight before we bring the stream to a close. We've arrived at Mars, and we have things to do here now that we're here. We got enough people on Mars. Here we have enough food for them for a decent period of time. We're going to start working through life on Mars, Martian industry. We're probably going to need an outpost, or not an outpost, a habitat. Habitat set up so we have space for more humans to arrive. As well as I believe that improves food efficiency. So we got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to start doing on Mars. We're going to start having a bit of activity on Mars. And I assume... Yeah, the Hermes is in orbit of Mars. We'll find out early next time if I've actually got enough fuel to get the Hermes back to Earth. If I do, I may make plans for the Hermes next time out to bring more people. One thing we're not going to do, unlike Mars to Earth, where it's... or not Mars, Moon to Earth, Luna to Earth, which is a really short distance. It's kind of worth bringing the modules back and forth. Here on the Moon, or here on Mars, it probably isn't. These little ones are probably not worth it. So we'll probably disassemble these in place and build new ones on Earth. But yeah, we're going to continue. We've only just started. We've just unlocked a bunch of contracts here, and we're going to see how quickly we can sort of work through these. But yeah, and I suppose probing Lutetia, I can probably have a Prometheus get out to that pretty easily, now that we've got the fuel efficiency upgrades. Think about that next time. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we will be back to record for about another hour. We got a whole list of contracts to go through, and we're still working towards actually having Fission launch vessels so that we can actually get off of places, because I'm denying myself having more than one Eagle, Stratos, or Hermes. Well, we're never going to have more than one of any of those, because we're going to try to stick Fission most of the way here, at least until we finish the Fission tree. I might grant myself the ability to go into solar sails once we're fully done with the Fission tree, and that includes the where is it? Includes the nuclear launch capable stuff. Nuclear launch vehicles. So the 3 nuclear launch vehicles need to be researched before I can go solar sails as well. But Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be brought up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. Catch you all. Well, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.